Hi, I'm V, and today I'm going to show you how to create my favorite go-to look. This is a look that I do when I'm like really in a rush and have to go out, and I don't really want to think much about my makeup, which is most of the time. And this is with my favorite products that I've been wearing most all this year. I've been using these makeup products the most the entire year. So, usually go-to looks are when you're running out of the house, it's the day, you don't have so much time in the day to kind of like do something amazing to your face and create a proper look, but you still want to look fresh and presentable. So the first thing I do when I'm going out in the day, because I have so much of sunscreen on my face and your face is always a little slick, is to mattify the sunscreen with a little bit of face powder. I always start with face powder. I don't apply it last. Maybe like a dab or two, but I prefer to apply face powder first, because it just like kind of like gives your concealer and your foundation something to grip on, and it just evens out your skin tone before you start applying the rest of the products. And then eventually you realize you don't require so much of makeup when you have face powder on. But do keep in mind that it should be a really good quality face powder, super finely milled, something that does not make your skin look chalky. And my favorite is the Chanel Vitalumiere compact, which I find is like matte yet luminous, and like through the day it wears beautifully. Even if like some oils shine through, it just looks like radiant than sort of oily or shiny, and it never ever looks chalky. So this is my favorite product number one, which I have not been just wearing all of this summer and all of this year, but like for many years I've bought like two or three of these, and these last a really long time. Then I've been wearing this concealer. I bought it this year, and this is like my favorite. This is my go-to product for concealing, and I just take a little bit on my hand and kind of rub it on the back of my hand first to sheer it out, and then I just dab a little bit. I use the same concealer to conceal spots and under the eyes, because sometimes I feel like under eye concealers or spot concealers specifically can be they're just too thick and not flexible enough. So they're just like very pasty, and I just find that looks unnatural. Even if my spot shows slightly through and it's mostly concealed, I'm okay with that. I don't want my skin to look like completely whitewashed and devoid of imperfections, because that somehow makes it look like, that somehow takes away the fragility of the skin and the natural texture, and it just looks too done up. So if a little bit of a spot even shows through, that's okay. I don't like completely whitewashing my complexion, and I just like to use this in patches. I always like to cover my cheeks a little bit, because when I put my blush and bronzer, which is also cream based, it's going to go on next, it just comes on, it just gives it a nice base to go over. Around the nose, around the mouth is very important for concealing, because lipstick looks better. So this is all I do when I'm going out, and then I just apply. This is my favorite. I've been using it all year. This is the Illume Sheer Color Trio from Hourglass in a shade called Sunset. So what I usually do is I mix this peachy brown with with the bronzer, and then I just dab it like this, tracing the shape of my cheek, and then I'll just like kind of blend it. This looks really natural, and it adds that pop of color without looking super obvious. It also gives you definition, but it's not something that is like, it just kind of blends in with your skin. It looks like a part of your complexion. It doesn't look like, oh, today you've sculpted your cheeks, or today you've, put on some blush or whatever. It just wears beautifully. And when you apply it on top of powder, when you apply a cream texture on top of powder, and you don't apply powder last over that cream texture, it just keeps that glow. It just keeps you look glowing, but the base is matte, so it's just like a beautiful effect. Especially if you have oily skin or you're prone to oiliness, try applying your powder first, and then maybe you can apply like a little bit later, but not too much. Okay, so a little bit of run it over your nose also for that little bit of continuity, and that's it. Then I like to do my eyes and my brows, because we Indian girls already have like a dark lid. You actually don't need sort of eyeshadow. If I want eyeshadow, then I'll just take a little bit of my bronzer and I'll just like pat it just here, just to kind of, you know, make it all look at the same color family. But other than that, but this is also very rare. I rarely do this. Usually I just leave my lids alone. And then I do my brows. Take my favorite, my Tom Ford brow pencil, which is so good. I got it in a shape, in a shade called Taupe. The girl at the, if you're going to a Tom Ford makeup counter, the girl will try to sell you, if you're Indian, then she'll try to sell you some really dark chocolate color. I didn't like it. I thought it was too dark for my skin tone. I like this Taupe shade, which is kind of grayish. So it gives like a more natural brow. And I have dark hair and dark brows. So I just feel like this is better for dark hair than like that chocolate brown, because then it just looks like too, like, you know, drawn on, and that's really something I don't like. So this color is quite beautiful. There are a couple of other features I'm going to attempt to show you in this video. That you know, this brow pencil is a little expensive, but I'll show you what it has, which other brow pencils won't. I hope I can like open the brow pencil in this video, because in the last one I couldn't. Okay, yes, this time it's opening. So you see, this is a sharpener. This is a sharpener. So under the spoolie, this is the spoolie. Then you press it down and then you open it like this, and this is a sharpener. And you can use the sharpener to sharpen the tip of this. Okay, that's how convenient it is. And then this pencil is, you get 2 of these in one pack. So once you're done with this entire lead, you have another lead, which is a backup, which you can use. So as you can see, this pencil is going to last you forever. It's like getting 2 pencils in one. So I do feel like it's a good investment. If you don't think so, that's fine. But this is just what I think. So now that I've done my brows, defined my brows, I'm going to go over my lashes. Lots of nice lashes, and I love this mascara because it can just be washed off with water, and you can control the intensity. You don't, if you want to make it more intense, it can become more intense. If you just want it to be like nice, long, regular, ladylike lashes, then you just let it be like with just one coat. And also what I love is that you can use it on your lower lashes. It will not smudge on your lower lashes. You know, it's not one of those like very pigmented in the sense that which is very, you know, those washable pigmented mascaras that kind of just smudge here. This is not like that. It's made of fibers, so you can use it underneath, sorry, on your lower lashes also. Okay, and you can build it up also. When I'm going out, I just leave my lashes like this, and then I'm going all Tom Ford, but I swear this is not like a sponsored post. This is my favorite lipstick, my favorite nude lipstick. I've been wearing it all year. It's like a high shine lip color, but I tell you, once it, even when it wears down, it'll, you know, it doesn't just disappear from your lips. So it's just like a lot of good quality makeup, which is just thrown together to create a look. So you see this lipstick right now. So if, say, I'm like drinking something, eating something, it will still be like this. It will still be like this. You know, so you may need to touch it up, but it doesn't just completely disappear. It just wears beautifully on your lips, and I think this is good for all Indian skin tones. So yeah, this is my go-to look. Even if I'm going out in the evening, I'll wear this. If I'm going out for a meeting in the day, maybe I'll tone down the bronzer a little bit, but the rest of it just remains like this. In the evening, maybe I'll make my lashes a little bit thicker, but this is basically my look. This has been my look all year. These products have been my favorites all year, and yeah, go try it out. It's super easy, I think.